Now, if I could just get this dog to talk, I don't even have words. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm still 14 at heart. If I could get him to stop pooping in the garden and to come back through here with the weed eater. Yesterday, you can see the pile of sticks there is getting big enough that, like, once you're down in the creek, that's about 6 feet high. But here's the next problem that I'm having is that nobody locally, I can't find any plastic fencing to wrap around these trees. Like, there's not anything to find. You go to town and, like, everything that I try to find, I can't. I drive an hour over to Tennessee, or I drive an hour over to Kentucky, and see, that one that's about eye height for me. But you drive an hour to some place that claims to have building supplies, garden supplies, things of the sort, and they don't have anything. And I don't know if that's just, I don't even know anymore, because in my mind, COVID isn't even happening anymore because I'm out here. The whole rest of the world has still lost their monkey ass minds and is dealing with COVID and things of the sort. That, like, I'm not dealing with it at all out here because I don't listen to the radio. I don't have any TV service, and I get to choose what it is I look at on the internet. You can see the kid was out here yesterday picking up trash. Thank you, kid. I can't find anything that I'm looking for, though, whether it be doors or plastic fence. Or, hey, I put a bench in the garden. Even if this ends up not being the garden, and this maybe ends up being a spot where I build an outdoor kitchen or something. At this rate, I don't think I'm even going to have a garden this year. I'm going to plant some stuff in some containers over here by the house that I can monitor. But I can't get the dog to stop pooping in the garden, and I can't find a fence. And I mean, you saw how many trees were over here, how many trees I've cut down, to do what I've done here. Like, it's a great start, but there's no way I can put a garden in the ground right there and not expect all of the wildlife around here to just eat it. So, this might actually end up, this might not be our garden. This might end up being, I'm going to build an outdoor cooking space. This walkway needs, I hate shoveling gravel. Maybe I'll go up there and I'll get wheelbarrows of gravel to do this walkway here with. Because I want to build an outdoor cooking space that has a wood-fired stove for making pizzas or, grilling steaks, whatever. I'll keep the propane grill up on the porch, but, like, so that we can go out and have an area to sit and eat is what this is probably going to end up being, at least this year. Now, I'm going to keep walking you back here. See, I got the lawnmower out. I'm super excited again. I have somebody who has committed to bring me a lawnmower tomorrow. It's a big walk-behind, self-propelled, twin 18-inch blades, 36-inch wide hydraulic drive. Got somebody bringing me that tomorrow because I don't have a trailer. Still working on cutting all this stuff down. As you can see, this lawnmower is going to be dead by the end of the day, probably. This dog just loves it out here. But we cleared a path. I still got to... That's residual. This is residual from something that we did yesterday. Sure, just pee on camera, dog. This here was, you can see where it starts over there. Where I started cutting that, way back over there, was that was above my head where I started cutting that to cut this down, and it was laid up there, and it was really dead. We weren't trying to walk underneath of that. This is all the further I made it with the weed eater yesterday. However, the kid came out here with the loppers, and she cut a walking path. However, she did leave this one right in the middle. And you wonder, like, you can sort of kind of see the stumps. I asked her to leave them high so that I don't run them over with the lawnmower, so that I know where they're at, and I can come back and cut them flush with the ground properly. But she helped out here yesterday. She cut a little path, it goes on over. I still have to clear this whole field out because that's where the camping spot's going to be. Yeah, I'm making a lot of progress. We spent the whole day out here yesterday, and I got 3 hours of labor out of a 14-year-old girl yesterday without even having to ask. So I feel like that's a win. Yeah, our little walking path. That tree tree just didn't want to give up, man. This is the top of it, what was left of it, and it just kept hanging and hanging and hanging up there. It's decorative is what I have to tell myself. Did you go take another poop, dog? That's all this dog does is poop, man. But probably up here on this hillside, I'll probably get rid of all these little ones again, and cut some of these ones that are blatantly dead standing down and burn them. Smell something. That's a game trail right there. This looks like it used to be a road at one time. I would be curious if I might actually be able to turn that back into a road at some point to be able to access this back here with the truck, or even set up a spot for somebody with a camper back here to be able to dry camp, per se. You know, no power, no water, no bathroom, but that's almost a road. Like, I could drive my truck down that if that was cleared. What you smelling, dog? Rose bushes everywhere. He smells the deer, probably. It is a beautiful day in Virginia. And I am out in the woods with my dog. My kid's healthy, I'm healthy. And a whole lot more I could ask for in this life, except for maybe $1 million. And I don't know what I would do with $1 million other than buy stupid things that I don't need, huh, dog? Might be nice to buy an actual tractor. That should be that's going to be a goal of mine, is to buy an actual tractor, because we're still only on this side of the creek. Still got all that over there to work out too. Look at those big ass mushrooms growing on the side of that tree right there. Wow. Those are huge. They look orange. To me, that says don't eat. You know, the more I think about it, and the more progress that I make on this piece of land, the more I start to stop and think about Ricky. Like what I tried to do when he was here. Like I know it's hard to teach old dogs new tricks. And Jesus, I'm greasy as fuck. It's another 12-hour day up here. I've been putting in 12-hour days on this chunk of dirt since I've been here. It's different when I've got people around, but like when I'm up here alone, I'm putting in 12-hour days, and I'm here with the kid, and I feel like I'm right over there. Like, if you need me, I'm right over there, or I'm right up the hill where there's phone service, so I can make a phone call. But the more I contemplate about the thought of Ricky, I love that man like he was my uncle. You know, he and I had the kind of relationship that every uncle and nephew should have. And I'm not going to beat myself up over this shit, but it just makes me sad that, like, yeah, I put in the time and the effort with that fucking dog, and that dog is now awesome. I couldn't have asked for a better dog. That dog makes us laugh. Dog hangs out with us. Dog this, dog that. That is the best fucking dog I ever could have asked for. In a million years, man, I could have never asked for a better dog. And that dog found me. So I am grateful and I'm thankful that that dog found me. I think about the last interaction that I had with Ricky and how fucking sad and depressing that is. That, like, you were so unmanageable that I had to move to the middle of the forest, and I still had to have the sheriff escort you off of my property. And then you got fucking ran over by a car. Like, what a miserable fucking way to die. And I think about it, and it's fucking depressing, man. And I think about where I'm at now, and that, like, if he were still here, you know, and I had him on a, here you go, 10 beers, that's what you get for a 14-hour day, you know. Maybe give him 12 beers for a 14-hour day so we could get sort of drunk at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but then know that he had something manageable. The progress that I've made on the inside of this house, the progress I've made on the land, and he should have been here with me for all that. But Bubbles is just as bad. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if in the last however long Bubbles had been getting hit by cars, and if Bubbles doesn't die soon. Because they're both living were, because Ricky's gone, living like the most unhealthy life a person could ever possibly live. Like, stuffing alcohol down your throat at 8:30 in the morning. Like, tall can of Edge. That's a terrible way to live your life. And I've got my own struggles and things with drinking, but I drink in the evening. I get through the whole day. Like, I'm not a day drinker. I drink in the evening, have a couple drinks, and I go to bed. And I should probably stop doing that. Just like I need to stop smoking, but I have to find a spot within myself that allows me to do those things, if that makes any amount of sense. That, like, I have to find inner peace with a few more things before I can stop drinking or smoking. But I plan on doing both because I want to live for a long time. And I'm almost 40, and my Uncle Jim died when he was 42, 15 years ago. And I know this is a repeat of a video that we had recently, just bringing it back up for context. That, like, I'm at a point where my life needs to start being cleaner and purer. Like, I need to stop drinking, I need to stop smoking, I need to stop eating packaged carbohydrates aside from brown rice and potentially beans. I'm never gonna, you'll never catch me being a vegan, but I need to reduce the amount of animal protein that I intake, and I need to start living a healthier lifestyle. And getting away from the city is going to allow me to do that. Like, even if I eat red meat every day, but it comes from Farmer Joe right up the hill, or whatever his name is. Like, I need to start living more locally just because I can get it at a grocery store or a Big Lots in Kentucky, or a Dollar General, because fuck me if there isn't just Dollar General everywhere. You move to the South, there's a Dollar General like every 3.5 miles. Like there's a Walgreens on every corner in Phoenix, Arizona. Like Dollar General is like all that's out here. And when you go into a Dollar General and you think about what's there, like they've got garbage lunch meat, they've got shitty bacon, canned goods, and macaroni and cheese. And every processed carbohydrate starch that nobody in their life ever needs to eat. And then everything made in China. But when there's nothing but the Dollar General, it's kind of hard to shop anywhere else. I've found different ways out of these hills to shop different places, and I found 15 pounds of chicken yesterday for $16. You saw me grilling those wings. 15 pounds of chicken. It was wings and fryer drumsticks, but fuck. 15 pounds of chicken on clearance for between like $1.21 and $3. Kid and I ate chicken wings last night. My child killed 18 chicken wings last night. I told her a little joke about how when it comes time to cook all of that chicken before Mrs. Nobody gets back up here, and actually bread it, deep fry it. Like, my wife will fight a bitch over some chicken. She goes, well, I'm not going to fight a woman over any chicken, but I'd fight a woman for your chicken. I make really good chicken. Anyway, I don't even know why I came out here and started filming myself, talking to myself. I'm literally out here having a conversation with myself for you people on the internet, and nobody really seems to be watching. Perhaps I need to work on thumbnails, or perhaps I need to find somebody to tune up my channel. I don't know. But I'm making content that people will want to watch, and nobody's really watching it. What? That looks like the shit that was eating my damn green beans last year and my tomatoes. It's currently making a Jesus fish. Does it look like Kermit the Frog with sunglasses on? What the fuck? Yum. Kitty barfed on my planter box that I got sitting here. I don't have any idea what that originally was, other than it come off the side of the road, and I grew tomatoes in it last year. I have a pallet there that I'm going to turn into a picnic table at some point. I got a couple pieces of treated lumber over there on the side that I got 4 of them, turn into some legs to put way out where the kid is making her own little sitting area. And then there's Kitty. Canned butthole. Blech. Well, hell. Only took me 6 weeks to get somebody to deliver me a lawnmower. Look at that bad son of a bitch. Hot damn. Let me go try this thing out, see how it works. So I used it for, an hour. And guess what? The transmission blew up. Oh, the irony. Alright, so I'm out wandering around out here, as it's, my chunk of dirt, and I can do that. But I look at this big-ass tree. It's laying on the ground here. And it may not pick up too well on the camera. That tree was cut down with a saw. That tree didn't fall down, because I'm looking at it going, where's the stump for that big old tree. Like when they logged this place out 30 years ago, that one just never made it to the back of the logging truck, apparently. I don't really know what to do with it, actually. I mean, I gotta, this dead tree needs to go, that dead tree needs to go, but there's like the problem with these trees is that they're so far decomposed. When you hit them with a chainsaw, it eats up the chain the same way it would if you were running it into the dirt. I found that out the hard way. Over there, I cut some logs out of the walkway that literally ate the blade off my, like it ruined the chain on the saw to the point where I couldn't even sharpen it. The teeth were square. And I'm sure it's going to be the same cutting some of these down. But I don't know. Maybe I get rid of all this scraggly nonsense and clean up around that and just like hang some signs or something there and keep that decorative. The dog is out here somewhere. See now, this, yeah, that's a log too. That's a piece of wood. Like, I don't know, man, there's a lot of shit to clean up and burn. And this stuff doesn't burn. I mean, it will eventually, but out here between rain showers. So my mother came to town and we went to Walmart. I got an air conditioner and the kid got a shelf for her bedroom. Maybe she'll pick the things up off the floor. I highly doubt it. My mother's got to go at 4 o'clock today, so she'll be on her own to go close on her home. And the guy's got 2 weeks to move out of the place. So in 2 weeks, you guys will get to see it. I got a new tripod. Ooh-wee. Now I can hold you out here. Oh, the little things in life, right? Oh, I was really hoping to get that all cleared out of there. And I'll get to it as soon as I get the lawnmower fixed. If it ain't one thing, it's 3 others, right? I mean, that's just like the story of my life. You don't want to chase the ball? Or the tire? Sometimes he's fun. He's sniffing for a mouse in the house. Keeps going under the porch. So I still got to clean up. Rather than cutting a whole second panel, I have another panel that I went and bought this morning. See, there's a little bit of space over there, and rather than ruining a whole panel, at what the cost of building supplies are these days, that's going to work for the moment. And I still need to put that panel here. I just haven't got there yet because look at these angles right here are going to be kind of difficult to duplicate. I'm going to have to pull that down and then trace it. But yeah, I got a closet. Like literally, this is my greenhouse and some paneling. I'm in this about 60 bucks, give or take. So that's being frugal. I've reclaimed my own reclaimed window greenhouse and built myself a closet. Whew. I realize it is not the closet from Overboard. I'm not Kurt Russell with his beautiful flowing hair and his crazy tank top, but it'll do, donkey. It'll do. Alright folks, I'm going to wrap this video up here. I apologize that I do this every week. Get back over here, dog. Thank you. I apologize there's not more outdoor content. We'll be getting to it. I did quite a bit of more work out there last night. Between rain and working on the closet inside of the house and running around and doing things, I haven't got as much accomplished this week. Perhaps I need to just lower the bar so that I'm content with myself at the end of the day, because I feel like I should be getting more accomplished than I am. I did put some seeds in the ground right over there yesterday because I have dirt that stays wet near my water box. I need to figure out how to build a fence around it because that garden space down over there that I've been working on currently isn't happening. And because I mean, like literally I was out here at 5:30 this morning and there were deer walking around in there, and if I can't quarantine that whole area off, I can't do it. So perhaps that area by the water box is soft enough that I can build a primitive fence out of logs and just figure out how to attach them together that way. And just have a small garden this year, because I put sunflowers, green beans, and peppers in the ground over there. Just kind of as a start to see how it works in the ground that's always wet. I worry about potentially having root rot, but then again, it's almost like having a hydroponic setup when you think about it. So I'm experimenting with that, and when I start getting results there, you people will be the first to know, absolutely. That in my mind, it's just not going to be a whole lot different than trying to set things up in a hydroponic garden. So we'll see how that works, and then I won't even have to water them, and I'll figure out a way to section that small little space off. So I will catch you guys, actually, I'll say it here, Sunday mornings at 10 o'clock, there will be just a weekly nature video where I can chat with you in the box while the video is playing, because that's the closest thing to a live stream I'll ever be able to do from out here, given the upload rate. So I'll be there. Look for those videos, 10 o'clock on Sunday mornings. I'm going to go out and film that one tomorrow, while this video is going live on Friday. I'll catch you guys next week at the mountain. Thanks for watching. Ooh, that shirt still exists.